Welcome to the last video of 2025. As usual, we're gonna do our own awards show, which I find works as a nice recap of the best and worst anime games through 2025. As always, this is my opinion on the anime games that I played this year, and we're doing all the categories we did in 2024, but we also have a newcomer called Best Competitive Game. Now, if this is your first year or you're new to the channel, I had to draw a line between what is and isn't an anime game. So here we go again. We are specifically talking about licensed anime games. So there's an anime or a manga out there that sells or borrows its license so a video game can get made based on that property. This leaves out games that just have an anime aesthetic, like Kazan this year for instance, but also games like Pokemon or Inazuma 11, which work the other way around. They are games first and anime second. So no Inazuma sweep this year. I've rambled for long enough. Let's hand out the first award for Best Ongoing Anime Game. These are games that came out before 2025 but have delivered updates or DLC that have made it worthwhile to come back and enjoy the game again. And this year the category is much weaker than usual in my opinion. Naruto Shinobi Striker won this category last year, and they did keep going strong on DLC through 2025 with 4 new characters, more ninja animals, more special weapons. And while I do appreciate the amount of content, the game overall is definitely shifted towards more of a pay-to-win structure, and it's mostly because of how powerful these weapons have become. It almost feels like the jutsu you equip is now secondary to the weapon you have. So the game did get a lot of updates, but I can't say I like it more than I did at the end of last year. Also, they still haven't done the lobbies they promised. Sword Art Online Fractured Daydream might actually be the real winner of this category. I was looking at it and they released 2 new stories, 7 new characters, and an extra mode, and all of that sounds really cool, but I kinda skipped the game this year, so I can't give an award to something I didn't play. So instead, my award for Best Ongoing Anime Game goes to Death Note Killer Within. And I really wasn't expecting this because it's been a while since I played it. Honestly, it has been a long time since they updated the game last, so they might be done with it. It might be just dead now. But when I sat down to see what they released this year, it was basically every single new role we got. Mello was back in January. We've been playing with the gun for so long that I thought it was last year's update. But no, all 6 new roles were added in 2025. So even if the game is dead and done now, it had a very solid run this year. The next award is one of my favorites every year. Best Style. Style is graphics, it's soundtrack, it's menu design, it's all of that put together for a cohesive look and feel that sets the game apart from the rest. And we had a lot of stylish games this year. Starting with the obvious Demon Slayer Hinokami Chronicles 2, CyberConnect 2 remain masters at capturing the anime look and translating it into video games, whether it's with an ultimate attack animation or with story mode cutscenes. Or honestly, with this one, the best looking stages they have ever done in one of their games, and that's saying something. A smaller game I wasn't expecting to see here was Space Adventure Cobra The Awakening, because the game looks like some jank for sure. But here we are, because after playing it, I really vibed with the soundtrack. I enjoyed watching the original anime cutscenes, which they did a lot of work to adapt into the game, not just upscaling but also adjusting it to a widescreen. And it does have its moments where a random background will just blow me away. But the winner of Best Style 2025 is Bleach Rebirth of Souls. And it wasn't even close, to be honest. This soundtrack is one of the best soundtracks in anime game history of all time. It is ridiculous how good it is. The graphics are incredible, every finishing move cutscene looks great. Even these menus are so peak. Rebirth of Souls is breathing style through every single one of its pores, and it's honestly deserved, because I feel like a Bleach game needs something like this in order to shine. And now for the award no one wants to win. Most disappointing anime game. This is not necessarily the worst anime game, but it's one that we had high expectations for, and for some reason ended up being very disappointing. It's almost unfair to mention Baki Hanma Blood Arena here, but I feel like I have to purely on pricing, because I did enjoy the game, but it's way too expensive for what it is. And the developer did Thunder Ray for half of that price, which is pretty much the same game. That said, if money is not an obstacle, I did like the game, and it's a very fun platinum trophy too, that I'm still working on unlocking. I thought I would like the new solo leveling way more than I did, because I enjoyed playing through the story mode of the gacha game before the stamina system and the grind became too much. So when they said they were removing the gacha from solo leveling and Rise Overdrive, I thought I finally could enjoy the full story mode, but they kept it super grindy, and turns out The gameplay wasn't that captivating on its own for me. It really is one of those action games that I feel like I just played over and over. Probably since My Hero Academia The Strongest Hero. I feel like I just keep playing the same game with a different anime skin. This is why, by the way, I haven't talked about Bleach Soul Resonance on the channel. They have made the same game again, and I'm just done giving these games a shot. But that also didn't win for me. The winner of the Most Disappointing Game Award 2025 is Hunter x Hunter Nen Impact. The developer of Marvel vs. Capcom making a Hunter x Hunter game was hype enough as it is. Then delaying the game for a year to implement rollback felt like they knew how important netcode was to the game. But then the game releases and the netcode is still bad. Yes, it's rollback, but it sucks. I can live with the graphics being bad. I can live with this being a kusoge. But I can't live with a game that is full price, has bad netcode, and has really bad single-player content. It's easily the winner of this award for me. I had high expectations, and they were crushed. Luckily, we also have the other side of this coin, the award for Best Surprise. And again, this isn't about the best anime game of this year. That's what our final award is for. This is about the games that I had low or no expectations for and ended up being surprisingly enjoyable. First up, the Fable manga build roguelike. I had no idea what to expect, but it's a really cool roguelike, where you build out a manga page with these panels and then watch the action play out. It's got 3 playable characters with very distinct playstyles, a great soundtrack as well. I had a great time with the Fable, and I'll probably come back to it if I have some spare time. I also had a great time with Space Adventure Cobra: The Awakening, and I have never watched Space Adventure Cobra before, so I was learning about the show as I played through it. But I really enjoyed how snappy the gameplay is and the big gimmick of shooting a guided shot. It's used in combat and puzzles, and I don't think it will ever get old. It's very satisfying to use. But the winner of Best Surprise of 2025 is Dragon Ball Genshin Squadra. Now, there are always big expectations for a new Dragon Ball game. You could say this wasn't very surprising for you, but to me, a new free-to-play MOBA in 2025, and it's from Bandai Namco. Have you seen how they monetize Ultra Rumble? So many things could have gone here, but they made a fun, unique MOBA with a ton of unique characters, and they keep releasing more every 2 or 3 weeks. This game's roster is growing like crazy, and I actually like the business model as well. You have to buy the new characters when they release, but you don't have any random gacha pools to unlock them. You always pick what you want. The gacha is just for cosmetics, and the characters do become free to unlock a few weeks after their initial release. So you only pay if you really want to play them at launch. I was surprised at how well they executed this one. That's a winner for me, so congratulations. And now, for a brand new award this year, Best Competitive Anime Game. As someone who hosts a lot of tournaments, I thought this would be a fun award to take a look at the games that most lend themselves or support competition. For instance, Bleach Rebirth of Souls. You can tell that with every patch, these developers care about character balance. You can tell they're watching tournaments and they're making system and character changes that improve their environment, with maybe the exception of the most recent patch. That said, a game with no lobbies just cannot win this category. We have to use PlayStation Screen Share to even watch 2 players go at it, and that's a pain. Many of you are probably expecting me to give the award to Demon Slayer Hinokami Chronicles 2 this year, and I almost did. I think balance-wise, it's in a much better place compared to the first game, though they haven't really balanced the game since launch, which is a little bit of a downside since we could use some little things. But it's a game that launched with lobbies, and beyond that, it has official PlayStation support. So you can just play tournaments every day. If they did official Sega tournaments outside of Japan, maybe it would have won this year for me as well, but there's a game that just went further beyond, and that game is Dragon Ball Genshin Squadra. 2 awards this year so far. Not only do they have official tournaments worldwide, they also support community tournaments by giving players in-game rewards, depending on how big the tournament is. On top of that, it has everything the other games do: constant balance patches, it's got lobbies, where you can even set the rules, and you have a free camera as a spectator. This game is a TO's dream if you want to run events, so once again, congratulations to Genshin Squadra. Now, before awarding the best anime game of the year, I always like to do a fun category called Most Anticipated. It's basically a look at the future of anime games and letting you know which one I'm looking forward to the most. This is based on what they have shown so far, or in some cases, based on what I've played so far, like The Hidden Ones, for example. I've been in love with this game since I played it. It's a different kind of free-to-play mobile, where it actually rewards skill over RPG numbers that just get grindier every day. So if you want, you can just treat this as a normal arena fighter and grind ranked all day and do nothing else. Oh, and it is not mobile only. You will not catch me playing this on phones. It's coming out on PC. It's maybe coming out on consoles, I'm not sure, but it has crossplay and it has probably the best netcode I've ever seen in an arena fighter. Server-based rollback. It's beautiful. On top of that, there's a ton of game modes. Offline, you have a cinematic story mode, and online, you can party up with friends and run 3v3s or 2v2s. I can't wait to play the final game. On the topic of fighting games, I have to mention Avatar Legends. At first, I was cautious because of Hunter x Hunter, because this is also a known developer making a budget fighting game with rollback, and I learned my lesson. I didn't want to have any high hopes, but they put out an alpha recently, and people played it and had nothing but good things to say. Personally, I didn't get into the alpha, so I didn't try it, but the feedback alone has made me look forward to this. And yes, Avatar is an anime game before you say anything. Anime does not have to be Japanese. Don't be one of those. But my winner for most anticipated anime game is My Hero Academia: All's Justice. And it's because this feels like more than a simple sequel. They revamped the combat so much that it became a tag game. They added a new rising system that gives each character a unique buff. Characters change significantly once they activate rising, and everyone has a unique effect. Plus, the game modes are looking nice with the free roaming game mode and the classic story modes as well. Also, are those lobbies? It's funny that this is the only game I mentioned with a release date. I don't know if that's influenced my decision in any way, but congrats, My Hero. I can't wait to play you in February. Or maybe soon. Alright, we've made it to the end. It's time for the big one, the best anime game of 2025. So far, I've done 2 nominees plus 1 winner for every category, but I kind of want to do 3 nominees for this one. Because we have to mention Dragon Ball Genshin Squadra once again. The winner of Best Surprise and Best Competitive Game is definitely one of the best anime games this year. Anything I say here would just be repeating what I already said, but despite it being a MOBA in 2025, it managed to be unique and fun, and honestly, other anime games and free-to-play games could learn from its business model. And I also have to mention Bleach Rebirth of Souls, not only for bringing a unique fighting style to the arena fighting game space, but also for improving the game with every single patch they released. Except for the last one. The lobby situation is still stuck on my throat though, so I can't really give this one the win. But I also want to mention Demon Slayer: The Hinokami Chronicles 2. It's the sequel I wanted them to make, and it's crazy that one of my favorite games this year, and the game I play the most according to my PlayStation recap, is not gonna win any award. But I still highly recommend it if you're looking for an arena fighter to jump into. It's very competitive, it's still super active online. Season 1 of DLC is only halfway done. Maybe it wins Best Ongoing Game next year, we'll see. But my winner for Best Anime Game of 2025 is Digimon Story Time Stranger. I knew nothing about Digimon going in, so I can say without a shadow of a doubt, the hype for the show had no influence on my opinion here. It's just a very good RPG, and it 100% deserved the nomination at the Game Awards. It wasn't gonna win, because it's not clear obscure, but it deserved to be there for sure. Really good story, 400 and something characters for you to make a team from, infinite complexity if you want to find it, and compared to the previous Digimon story games, it's got so much quality of life stuff that made stuff like managing and evolving Digimon just so much more pleasant. This is a game that made me go from not caring about Digimon to a Digimon fan, and I think that not only is that the ultimate goal that most of these licensed anime games have, it's also probably the biggest compliment I can give this game. So congrats Digimon, you're the best anime game to come out this year. Now let me try to get ahead of some comments, because I also question whether Digimon should even be allowed in these awards if I'm leaving out Pokemon and Inazuma 11 for technically being games first. And so I looked into it. And the manga did come out before the games, but before the manga came out, they had virtual pets, which are like this Tamagotchi here that you guys might be familiar with. Now, if you want to argue that this is a video game, then yeah, I agree with you. And that means Digimon was a game before it was a manga. However, if you look at all the copyright info on the game, it is purely licensing the anime and not licensing the toy. So maybe it's a bit of a technicality, but I thought it was a strong enough argument to include Digimon in the awards. And that's Anime Games in 2025. Happy New Year, everyone. And if you want to see me do it again next year, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. Bye.